My name is Cassidy, or Magical Martini. Welcome to my channel. For today's video, I'm doing something a little different than my normal Disney and Harry Potter content because this video revolves around my other favorite fandom, the Vampire Diaries, which is my all-time favorite show. And I was lucky enough to get to go to where it was filmed, which in the show it's called Mystic Falls, Virginia, but it's actually in Covington, Georgia. So let me rewind a little bit and explain how this happened, and then I'm going to get into a little bit of a recap and the haul that I got while I was there. I did not vlog just because I really wanted to be in the moment, and so I did take a bunch of pictures, which I put in a highlight in my stories on my Instagram at MagicalMartini if you want to check it out. I put almost all the pictures I took there. So I will be putting a few up here throughout the course of this video, but there's definitely a lot more over there. So definitely check it out if you're interested in the Vampire Diaries. So my dad actually lives in Georgia, and I haven't been there since 2000. He normally comes out to visit me, and a couple months ago he had asked me if I wanted to come out for a visit. I said absolutely, and one of the things I've always wanted to do is go to Covington, Georgia to see where the Vampire Diaries was filmed. Well, turns out it's about 30 minutes away from my dad's house, so I knew 100% I had to go. So once we started planning this trip, I looked up Vampire Diaries tours. There's really only one that I came across, and it is the Vampire Stalkers. I will link their information down below. And honestly, I was really disappointed because it was sold out for the rest of the year, and I thought I was not going to be able to get a ticket. And even though you can get the addresses for a lot of the houses and filming locations and just go on your own, there's a lot of stuff that you get to do on the tour that you don't get to do if you just go by yourself. And so I was really bummed out for a couple months, thinking I wasn't gonna get to go. I did put my name on a wait list, and 2 weeks before I went on the trip, a spot opened up. One ticket opened up, which was perfect because my dad didn't want to go with me this day, which is totally understandable. He hasn't seen the show. I 100% knew I was going to fangirl out, and I preferred going by myself just so that I could really experience it and not worry that he was having a horrible time. So I luckily got that one ticket for Friday, October 8th. So the morning of, I woke up super early because I was really excited and got ready. This is actually what I wore. My shirt says "Sired to Damon" because Team Damon always. Let me know if you're Team Damon or Stefan in the comments down below. And then I do have an Elena replica necklace that is a locket and has real vervain inside. I got both of these items off of Etsy, so I will link the shops in the description down below. And so the morning of, I got ready and went to Wickery Bridge first because it's outside of Covington. It's actually another 25-30 minutes away. So since everything in the town doesn't really open until 11 o'clock, I had left my dad's at 9:30, so I went to Wickery Bridge first, and I drove over Wickery Bridge, so I'm gonna insert that clip now. I'm at Wickery Bridge! This is so cool! Wow! Sired to Damon! This is the real Wickery Bridge! Oh, it's so cool. So anyway, after driving over Wickery Bridge, stopping to take a few photos, I went to Covington, aka Mystic Falls, and drove into Town Square where the bell tower and the Mystic Grill is. And I got there right at 11, and the clock tower struck right as I got there, which was really, really cool. So my first stop was to take a few pictures of the bell tower and Mystic Grill, obviously, and then went down the iconic alley that you see in the show a lot. And down there they have this store called The Alley, and it's right underneath the Mystic Grill. So that is where I got my first couple items. The very first thing that I got was something that I knew that I wanted, having watched other people's videos, and it is Miss Cuddles. It is Bonnie's teddy bear from the Prison World in season 6, the 1994 Prison World, and it's so cute because on the back it says 94 Mrs. Cuddles, and on the back, on the front, it says the Vampire Diaries season 6, which honestly I think it's my favorite season, even though it like breaks my heart in a lot of ways. But so I knew I really wanted to get Miss Cuddles because I do have a Vampire Diaries shelf up here started, but this stuff that I got from this trip is definitely going to make it so I have a whole Vampire Diaries shelf. So once that's done, I will definitely post a picture of it to my Instagram at MagicalMartini. But this was the first item I picked up. I just couldn't resist her. Next, I got an authentic Mystic Grill shirt. It is in blue with orange, just like they wear in the show and in real life at the Mystic Grill. And I love how like subtly Vampire Diaries it is. Like, if you didn't know the Vampire Diaries, you would have no idea that this is from it. So I think that's really awesome. And yeah, I had the best time at the Mystic Grill. I'll get to that in a second. But I was really excited to get this. And then of course, I had to just get a cute little shot glass that just has the Mystic Grill logo. Gotta have something to put my brother's Bourbon in, am I right? Okay, second to last thing that I got there was 2 really cool postcards, and I plan on framing these to put on the shelf. This one is of course Damon, and it says, "You want what everybody wants. You want a love that consumes you. You want passion and adventure and even a little danger," which is his iconic first like conversation he had with Elena that he compelled her to forget. So definitely wanted that. And then this other one is just a really cool photo of the Mystic Grill and the bell tower. So I'm going to frame both of those. I think those will look really cool on my shelf. I also just printed out the photo of me and Ian from when I met him at the Vampire Diaries convention back in like 2014, I think. So I'm printing that out to also put on the shelf. I think I'm going to hang this necklace like off of that frame once I do that. We'll see how I arrange it, but really excited. Okay, so the last thing that I got, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little disappointed about, because I really wanted this thing, right? And I was just so excited and overwhelmed to be there that I didn't really look at it. And once I did, it's not good quality. And it is Damon's ring. I will post a picture here so you can see what I'm talking about. So his ring is supposed to be lapis lazuli, which is a stone, and this is like painted metal. And they had no returns. And then the worst part is the other store I went to later, which has the other half of my haul that I'll be showing in a few minutes, they had the actual one for only $5 more, but I couldn't justify, like, because I couldn't return this, like getting that one too. I will eventually get like a real one day, but this still came from Mystic Falls, so it's fine. It's still cool. I still wore it all day on this finger, just like Damon does. But anyway, Damon's daylight ring. So after I was finished shopping at the alley, I went upstairs to the Mystic Grill for lunch. And I was very pleasantly surprised to see that they had decorated for Halloween in all Harry Potter. Like, they had flags of all the houses, they had a dragon, candles coming down from the ceiling, like wanted posters of like Sirius and Bellatrix, and then all of the employees were dressed in robes. There was even a Dobby. I wish I got a picture of her, but I felt kind of like weird asking a server to take a picture with her. But it was so cool, and it was like 2 of my favorite fandoms coming together, and it was really exciting. So I went over to the bar and I sat on the right side of Alaric's chair, which I feel like is Damon's. It doesn't have anything that says it's Damon's, and obviously they didn't film inside that location, but the location modeled it after their set. But the outside was definitely used in filming. So the chair next to me had a little plaque on the back that says, "In loving memory of our dear friend, Alaric Saltzman." So I feel like I'm in Damon's chair. Alaric's is right here. Okay, that's gonna be part of the story in just a minute. So I ordered Brothers Bond Bourbon on the rocks, obviously, and a really bomb, it was like a blackberry jam, bacon, jalapeno grilled cheese with these like crisp curly fries. They were really good. Brutus, why are you sighing? My dog is sitting here sighing, if you're wondering the weird noise. So I get my food, and like right around the time, oh, okay, hold on. I'm getting like way ahead of myself. I'm trying to like remember everything I wanted to tell you guys, and I'm like losing track. Okay, so while I was drinking, waiting for my food, number one, I took a picture that was just like not that great of a picture, honestly. It's just like a picture of the Brothers Bond Bourbon, which was created by Ian Somerhalder and Paul Wesley, the two main characters of the show that play the Salvatore brothers, after the show finished. So the show finished 4 years ago. They've been creating this bourbon ever since. It's officially out. It's amazing. If you haven't tried it, you should definitely try it. Speaking of, I actually used the Brothers Bond Bourbon for the Pick Your Poison collab that I did a few months ago with a bunch of other Disney YouTubers, and that was my first time trying the Brothers Bond Bourbon, and it is just fantastic. Can't recommend it enough. Okay, so while I'm drinking this bourbon, this couple comes and like sits next to me, and the girl sits in a Lark's chair, and I could tell like they started talking about the Vampire Diaries. She's like, oh look, it's the bar, da da da, and I'm like, you know you're in a Lark's chair, right? And that just started a conversation. We literally talked all through lunch. Their names are Leslie and Andrew, and they're from Tennessee, and they were amazing. And we honestly just like hit it off. They had the same tour that I had at 2 p.m. So we decided to go do the tour together. So after lunch, we headed over to the Vampire Stalkers meetup location for the tour and went on the tour together. While we were there though, we saw that there was a ghost tour later on that night, and we ended up booking that too. So anyway, we're on the tour. The first stop was my favorite Damon and Elena rain kiss scene location, and then we saw a bunch of cool houses, obviously Elena's and Caroline's, and then my favorite part is that we got to go inside the gates of the Lockwood Mansion, and it was so cool. Like I got to sit on the steps in the front. We got to see the backyard where like the Miss Mystic Falls was, and Stefan and Caroline's wedding, and it's just like so beautiful. They have a lake back there. Got to meet George Lockwood, which is their cat, and the owners. They were really, really nice, and it was just honestly the best part. Then once the tour was over, we went to the cemetery and recreated Damon's like walking scene in the end of season 2, and that was really fun. Then we went back to Town Square to their gift shop, which is where I got the rest of these items. So the first thing that I picked up is this cute little Mystic Falls, Virginia. I think it's supposed to be a Christmas ornament, but obviously I'm gonna put it on my shelf somewhere. So just thought that was really cute. Then I got another shot glass that says straight out of Mystic Falls, and it has it on both sides. Then I like to scrapbook. So I got this cute little kit that came with like a bunch of like replicas. I'm not going to go through each one because this video is already longer than I wanted it to be, but it just has like Damon's letter to Bonnie, Stefan and Caroline's like wedding invitation, etc, etc. So I thought that was really cool. To go with that, I got a diary, and this actually is lapis lazuli, the stone that's supposed to be on the rings. This is also the shop that had like the real ring, but so I thought this was really cool. I plan on doing like a scrapbook in here of my trip, printing out all the pictures and stuff, so I think that'll be awesome and will look really cool on the shelf too. And then one of my favorite things I got is this Spirit jersey. It is black, it is sparkly on the front, it has the V with the dripping blood logo, and then on the back it says Vampire Diaries. I got this in a small because it doesn't seem as big as Disney Spirit jerseys, so I didn't want to get an extra small just in case it like shrinks or something. And then the last thing I got, a necessity if you go to Mystic Falls, is a blood bag, which is really just a fruit punch energy drink. So we drank it there in front of the clock tower, and then I brought it home for a souvenir. So that was all of my haul. After we went to the store, we went back to Mystic Falls for more bourbon, of course, and dinner. We had a really bomb mac and cheese and like fried pickles. And then we went on the ghost tour and saw the 1864 Lockwood Mansion, which is actually the 12 Oaks bed and breakfast, and you can stay there. So next time I go, I totally want to get a room there because it was so beautiful. And then we ended the night going through the cemetery in the dark with flashlights. It was very, very creepy, and came back to the town square at about 10 o'clock, right as the clock tower struck again, and then I had to leave. And now it's been almost 3 weeks. Well, I think the day I'm posting this, it'll be 3 weeks for sure, like that day. But, and I really miss it. I can't wait to go back. I'm 100% going to go back because there's so much that I didn't get to see, like the Salvatore boarding house. I'd like to do the originals tour. I'd like to just go to all the locations I went to again because, I mean, why not? And obviously I want to stay at the 12 Oaks and spend a lot of time at the Mystic Grill because that was so much fun. Everyone there was really great, and yeah. So if you love the Vampire Diaries, I highly, highly, highly recommend going to Covington, Georgia, aka Mystic Falls, and see everything that they have because it's really, truly incredible for a fan. Anyway, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments down below what your favorite items were, if you're Team Damon or Team Stefan. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing if you love Disney, Harry Potter, Vampire Diaries, and more, because I'm almost at 500 subscribers, and I'm actually going to be doing a giveaway very shortly with a dear friend of mine, Nicholas from Disney Merts, and he's even contributing a little something to the giveaway, so definitely stay tuned for that. It should probably be the next video going up. So yeah, lots of fun things coming. If you're returning, thank you so much. I love and appreciate you more than you know, and I hope you all have the most magical day. Bye.